seen it. What happened out there? He had to take the chair and almost like go over the head of the guy. Uh, Now he did take the tumble, but he tripped over the curb. I'm gonna let him explain that. I do say he tripped over the curb, and the people in the chat was trying to say he got knocked down. No, he was backing up and he tripped. So I gotta admit that. So get your questions ready for Mr. Flip Flop. And here he is. Mr. Flip Flop himself is in the building. Shout out to you. Let me know if you can hear
What's
me,
going
Flip.
on? I can hear you. My bad.
All right, good. All good, Flip Flop. And, of course, Sosua is the crazy, topic for the past month and a half, Flip. And you have been front and center of Sosua, the Raze, the Chicas, probably, leaving away. But we're going to get to that. But first, the elephant in the room, Flip. You had an incident out there a couple of days ago. You had to, go grab the steel chair and fight the guy out there. And I guess he had a knife. So guys, people in the chat, ask Flip some questions if you want, guys in the chat. Super chat your questions. I'm going to ask him some questions also. So Flip, first tell people about your channel. Anybody that don't know Flip Flop's channel, and we're going to get into the fight he had. He is a leader of Paradise Life out there inside Sosua. He has a restaurant called Mr. Flip Flop. Go, Flip.
Well, first off, I'm gonna say that I handled that wrong, and no, that I did trip. That wasn't a phantom punch, but I handled it wrong. I shouldn't even have been in that situation. But at the end of the day, without incriminating myself, I saw a situation. Someone threatened someone, and I bumped into homie, and I don't feel like thinking about it now. I don't think I did the right thing, but it is what it is. It's done. And he decided to pull a knife. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the part of the video that's out there is after he pulls the knife. Oh, obviously I've already punched. I got my hands all cut up. But it is what it is. I shout to everybody clout chasing, jumping on it, wishing me bad. It's cool. I got way more love than I got haters, so I'm not worried about that. I wish it didn't happen. I forgot about it. I'm on tour right now across the country. I forgot about it, but then the video just popped up all of a sudden. Some YouTuber decided he wanted to post it, so it's cool. It is what it is. I bring views, I guess, right? So everybody jumping on it, trying to talk about Monday morning quarterback and what they woulda, coulda, shoulda done. Most dudes would have ran when they saw a knife. I didn't run. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on no tough guy shit, but if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something. It's going to be what it's going to be. It could have got real bad. It could have went left. You know what I'm saying? But the video is basically the end of that. What you saw is basically the end of everything. Homie was trying to get away, and he ran off and jumped on his ATV. So it is what it is.
Go ahead.
At the end of the day, like I said, I should have handled it differently. I was just in my mode at that time, especially knowing that homie threatened somebody I know, someone I deal with. So
Okay. Oh, so the guy threatened somebody like a female or a male. Yeah.
Yeah, he threatened a female. Basically did some wild shit. And I had spoken to him. I hit him up because he's like a well-known scammer out there in Cabarete. So I hit him up, you know what I'm saying? Because people gave me his info right away. I was like, bro, you threatened my peoples. And at first he was on, like, I got the conversation. At first he was on some, hey, OG, I don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 blah. Then when I hit him, I said, the peoples told me, I know where you live and everything, you know what I'm saying? And then he started talking crazy, talking about he's CIA and Interpol and all that. So then I was just like, whatever, bro. I ain't got time for all that. But then that's the first time I saw him since that conversation. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I definitely am not embarrassed, but I feel I should have handled that differently.
You feel? Oh, you do. Well, I mean, like I was saying earlier in the earlier live, Flip, like, sometimes things happen, Flip, and sometimes you're going to have to protect yourself. Arguments happen, and, sometimes, people say you shouldn't be fighting abroad and fighting, but technically you're not abroad. You live out there, so you're fighting at home. To be honest with you, Flip, you've been
I'm
living out
still
there
a
for years.
guest here, though. I'm still a
You still
guest. I'm not Dominican. You know what I'm saying?
true, but fights happen. You know what I mean? Tempers flare up. You can't just let somebody disrespect you or somebody that you're with. You know what I'm saying? So and it might lead to violence sometime. You know what I mean? So nobody's gonna be perfect, but I'm glad you didn't get poked because that guy had the knife and one lucky swing and one lucky poke. You know what I mean? We see it all the time out
Yeah,
in New York
definitely.
City. And I'm glad you was able to not get seriously hurt with that. Well, I did see the cut on your hand though. You did send me that. That was wild. Because you knocked. Oh, you're like. Well, yeah. It's okay. They knocked you. Yeah, I'm about to say that. That's that Dominican electricity you went out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you took a swing and you knocked the knife. You know what I'm saying? And I seen the pictures, but it's so graphic, man. It is so graphic. I'm not even going to
Yeah,
show
I
that.
got the cuts right there. I punched the knife. Just me. It's like this. Like I said, everybody Monday morning quarterback and what they coulda, woulda, shoulda done. I was in the moment. I definitely attacked him first. I ain't gonna lie about that. But once he pulled the knife, they was like, okay, we gotta let's go. I ain't gonna turn my back on him. You know what I'm saying? And then I took a swing at him. He got me with the knife on my hand, and then that's when I grabbed the chair. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not. It's a bad look for me because I should know better. Um, it was just bothering me the situation. That's all. And like I said, if the video's out, it is what it is. People could make whatever comments they want. I don't care. And all the Monday morning quarterback, it don't mean nothing to me because, like I said, most people would have ran. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate everybody. Mad people hit me up. Like, appreciate the love. It's just, I will say I should have handled that differently from the jump. Forget the video part. I should
Right.
have handled that differently. You know what I'm saying? On my end, the way it even started. You know what I'm saying? I should have just did it differently.
Was it two versus one? Because I saw the guy in a moto with.
Yeah, it
So
was too well. The dude just got caught up in the. Honestly, I shouldn't even have done nothing to him. He just got caught up in the moment. He happened to be standing right there. You know what I'm saying? And I felt it. I felt like if something was about to happen. So I wilded out on both of them. But he didn't. He actually didn't want any problem. The dude was more like trying to be peaceful. But at that moment, it was go mode. So there was no time to really sit back and ask questions. You know what I'm saying?
it was go. It was on go. Flip flop was on go, guys.
Yeah.
Flip flop was on go. You went for that. You went for that steel chair. You know what I'm saying? You was like, you want to pull that knife? You know what I mean? You went for that steel chair. I think my guess is, and before we get to the Sosua stuff, I think y'all was fighting fair, basically with fists. And you versus those two guys with fists. And then he pulled out the knife, and then that's why you had to go grab the chair, right? That's because people are speculating on that.
100%. He pulled a big ass knife too.
Yeah, big kitchen knife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm glad you're okay, guy. I'm glad you're okay. And I'm gonna give a shout out to Auto Wheel. Thank you for that Cash App donation. Shout out to you, Auto Wheel. You told me to try that L. Okay, I would try that L. Um, I appreciate that Cash App. Cigar super chat your questions for Mr. Flip Flop, guys. We are on the
I got
fight right
robbed.
now. Shout out to all 200 people watching Mr. Flip Flop. Flip Flop, aka Greg, got robbed in Brazil by some goons. He was crying on YouTube live after. Flip Flop is all talk, all show. He ain't about that life. Cigar music, $4.99 donation. I don't know if you want to.
Appreciate you, cigar music.
Yeah, well, okay, and we got this guy, Big Boss takes no loss with the $5 donation. Shout out to you, Big Boss. He said, shout out to Flip Flop for standing on business.
Appreciate it, big boy.
Most would have ran away. Glad you're okay. Looks like
That's a fact.
you back in the gym. Stay dangerous. Real talk. I don't think Big Boss would have ran. I think Big Boss would have grabbed the chair too. Grab the chair too, Flip.
Big boss would have held it down, definitely. Big boss would have held it down.
He would have held it down, man. Hit the like button, guys. Woo, man. So now you are on the road trip right now, moving
Yeah.
around the island, and but you know the elephant in the room, Flip. Also, man, Sosua, the raids is the raids happened about a few weeks ago, and now they are occupying Pedro Gasante, that strip. What the hell is going on, Flip? You seen the police kicking down the doors. They had replaced a bunch of the police, the local police, and sent them to Santo Domingo. And they brought in, I guess, the federal police out there. What is going on? They built a new, attorney general's office out there. The attorney general is a female. Uh, were you shocked? Were you shocked when they did Operation Atlantica, when you first started seeing those videos, and everybody was sending you those videos, Flip? Were you shocked that that was going on? Did you have any pre-notice that that was going to happen?
No, we knew something was coming, but we didn't know it was going to be like that. Definitely, the first 2 days was wild as fuck. We couldn't. No one could have. No anybody lying to me said they could have predicted that. Like we said, we knew something was going to happen in a minute, but nothing on that scale that for those first 2 days, that Friday, that Saturday. It was crazy, but also, like I said, there's a lot of things I can't speak on because I'm not Dominican. There were other things. There's other things involved, factors involved in that. I was on the strip before I left. Strip was that whole corner by Roomba was terrible. I will never lie about that. I told people, I said, at the end of the day, you got to be on your phone. The strip's not going. That strip that we know and love is not going to be the same for a little while. I didn't think it was going to be this long, but it's already been a month now.
Right.
As far as I know, they're not coming out with the trucks anymore. They stopped that. They just literally got cops all over the place on like two cops per corner.
Now, let me ask you this, Flip. The president of DR, was you shocked that he actually made a statement? I know he was asked. Now, and you got the attorney general's office out there. Are you not liking what they are saying from the president, saying about it being a black eye with the prostitution out there? What's your thoughts on what the president is saying? If you want to comment on it or not, I don't.
We can look at it like this. I'm not surprised by a lot of this what's happening because I try to tell you there's a lot of politics shit going on. But the president, just so you have an understanding, was the president of hotels for Sosua and Cabarete 10 years ago. He knows exactly what goes on in Sosua.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes, he was the president. My lawyer was his lawyer, and he was also the president of hotels of Sosua Cabarete. So you can actually look that up. It's on his resume. So I don't think it's far fetched to say it's not all of a sudden, right? Like I said, a lot of stuff being political that it is, which is out of our realm because we're not Dominican, right? There's a lot of stuff that I know that just has nothing to do with us. There's a lot of grandstanding and there's like you showed that march. There's a lot of grandstanding and people positioning themselves for the election in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So if you really want to get into the president, he was denied to run for a third straight term. In this country, you can be president twice or any office twice. You have to sit out 4 years and you can run again. He tried to run a third straight term. He was denied by the other party. The other party is controlled in Sosua, Puerto Plata, San Francisco de Macorís, and two parts of Santo Domingo. So those are the places getting the most quote unquote raids, if you get what I'm saying.
Right. Okay. So
it's political shit, Raze, that's beyond us. You know what I'm saying? It's more than I try to explain to people. I mean, it sucks that it's going on in Sosua, but it's more than Sosua. You know what I'm saying? It's more.
No, understood. And that march, were those, now you probably don't know, you just a guess. Were those really citizens of Sosua, or were they busting? You know what I mean? Were they busting paid protesters, you think?
It took them 2 months to gather 46 people. Okay, I can get 46. I got 17 people outside. I can get 46 people in a day or two. Those quote unquote Sosua citizens don't, I've never seen them. if you look, no one's ever seen them before. They live outside of Sosua. They claim to love Sosua. I get it. But yeah, no one's ever seen them anywhere. You know,
Nobody's ever seen them, so they just came out. So you're saying they just came? I guess Well, you don't gotta say no more. You don't gotta say no more about that. All right, so hit the like button, though, guys. All right, man. Flip
tripping
tripping.
literally.
Same body had to be me with the $5 donation. And Flip, people gonna make some jokes on that, Flip, and
That's cool. That's cool. I mean, this is the age we live in now, bro. So I'm not. I was more surprised because the girl who took the video, but it is what it is.
yeah. Matter of fact, I mean, ask you that real quick. The person that she worked at that place.
Yeah, I could tell it's the bartender that works there because she was behind the bar. I could tell that was the bartender.
Yeah, she was very worried for you, though, Flip. So obviously she likes you. You know what I'm saying? She was worried because the way she was screaming and saying, oh, no.
Yeah, homie, and she saw the knife. Everybody kind of saw that knife he pulled out.
Yeah, I mean, and she probably thought you probably got hit with the knife when you went down, like because right.
Actually, no bullshit. After the punch, when I cut my hand open, I actually thought he did catch it. Before that video, he took another swing at me.
Right.
And after no bullshit, I actually thought he caught me on my side.
On your side.
I actually thought he hit me on the side.
Oh man, can you imagine, guys, if that would have happened?
That's where the chair came from. So like I said, y'all got the video towards the end. We was already at it. And then once I punched the knife, like I said, I cut my hand open. I said, fuck it. So he was trying to leap. He was trying to bounce.
Right.
So I took another swing at him. Then he took another swing at me with the knife. And then the video starts. That's when I grabbed the chair. And I actually thought he did hit me on my side. I ain't gonna lie. Matter of fact, when I got up, I remember that I'm standing at the bar. He left. He got on the ATV and peeled off with his boy. I come over, and when the video ends, I'm leaning on the chair. I come over, and the Haitian dude says, "Yo, are you okay?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Yo, am I bleeding?" Because I thought he hit me. But I guess I was in pain, whatever. But I thought he hit me. But yeah.
Yes.
I said it's more to that what you saw was the end when everybody's making jokes. So it's cool. It's the end of the video. I mean, the end of everything. But it was way more than that.
It was way more than that because you said you was fighting two guys. Guys, people in the chat, he was fighting two guys. Guys, you seen the other guy in the moto. The other guy in the moto. That's the other guy you was fighting, right? The moto guy, right?
It was his boy.
Ooh, man, guys, super chat your questions, man, because this is wild stuff right here. Man, I'm just glad. I'm glad you're alive, Flip, and I'm glad you didn't take nobody out yourself, Flip, because if you'd have bashed them over the head with that chair, you could have, deleted him. You know what I'm saying, Flip?
Hey, Raze, let me tell you something, bro. And I'm gonna say this like with just me being me. I felt bad about it the day after it happened. Okay. Because I could have handled it differently. Now the video's out, so obviously I gotta talk about it. I didn't have to talk about it before. But I felt bad the next day. Like I shouldn't have handled it that way. You know what I'm saying? And you're right, it could have went left.
It could have went left. And if the guy didn't, if the video didn't get released, you was planning on never discussing that.
No, the people, my boys who were down the block at the club, I told them that was it. No one knew.
Okay, it wasn't never gonna be on YouTube or the internet, nothing like that.
No, it was not, bro. There was nothing. In my opinion, it was already over with, done. If I see him again, I see him again. I mean, this particular dude gets locked up like 3-4 times a week. Like he's just some Nigerian scammer bum. He's always locked up. So it's not like I was seeking him out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and get your questions ready, guys. Super chat your question. 260 people watching Raze with Mr. Flip Flop. I see more super chat questions coming in. Also hit the Cash App. Also, now people had questions about this. We're going to ask you a question about Sosua too. This part right here when you was I'm going to ask you about this part, the last part when you was bent over. That's what leaning over on the chair. Now we seen that in that moment when you was like, you just leaned over on the chair. Were you just relieved, like it was over? Some people say you was kind of tired.
I
I
caught
mean,
a cramp. I caught a cramp
you caught a cramp. Word. Oh man.
in my back. If you see, I'm trying to do this. My back was cramping up from lifting the chair. I wasn't even about being tired. I caught a fucking cramp.
Right. He caught a cramp, guys. So he caught a cramp, guys. So he explained why he was, because people were speculating why he was, just out of breath. And it's, well, I mean, I can see why you're out of breath too. I mean,
It's a metal chair.
you got it. You got a chair in your hand. You're fighting for your life, basically, because the guy has a big kitchen knife. You're fighting for your life. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
Yeah, bro. It was first off, it's a metal chair, so yeah, that was heavy. But yeah, I caught a big ass cramp when I pulled the chair back. My back started cramping like crazy. But yeah, I guess I was tired, if you want to say. But yeah, so pick up a big metal chair and swing it around a little bit. That shit ain't easy.
it ain't easy, guys. Cigar music game 199. Flip didn't stand on business. He tripped on business. Oh man, oh God, thank you for the 199. GD Knight with the $5 donation. Why is everyone fighting everywhere? They brawling in Florida, DR, Thailand, Colombia, etc. Airports
That's
and food. Yes, you're right about that. Why is everyone so angry? Chill. Is it because of the Chica's being missing? Flip. Why is everybody so angry? Specifically, Sosua.
I like I said, if I had to do it again, I would have done it. I know you're not going to see me fighting that off. You know what I'm saying? That was something that I shouldn't have done. It shouldn't have happened. Uh, I only regret it because I made a bad decision. You know what I'm saying? So that won't happen again. I don't need to be out here fighting. I'm not doing none of that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you this: Do you see some anxiety in some of the brothers' faces since these raids started and the police out there with the long guns on the strip? Do you sense some anxiety, some disappointment by some of the guys that's out there?
I told you, no one's really been complaining. Well, we come to the bar, we talk, everybody's kind of good. As far as anxiety, no, because the cops aren't bothering us. They're not bothering us at all. They're just, like I said, Raze, matter of fact, when I get back, I'll take a video. They're just sitting down in the sun. Like they be by the bar and all. They sit in the corner. They're just there. Like they're not actually doing anything. They're just literally it's two cops every area. They're just sitting down. So it's not like you got to worry about them because they're not doing anything.
Right, they're not doing anything. They're not harassing.
No. They just literally, the girls who walk by, they'll talk to the girls. They're just sitting there, bro. They're not actually doing like the stuff that you saw that was going on for a couple weeks. That's pretty much done. But they're just out. Like you can take a video. You see cops out. They're just sitting there, bro. They're not bothering anybody. They're just there for the look right now. Like I said, a lot of young guys. They're just sitting in the sun, bro. They're not doing anything. So as far as anxiety, they're not bothering nobody except for anybody to get nervous. You know what I'm saying? They're just there.
All right. So the brothers. So you're saying right now the brothers should have no fear of those policemen out there.
No, not they would not. They would not be bothering us, bro, at all. Not they would bother nobody.
Okay, good. All right. So guys, you hearing that? You hearing that from Mr. Flip Flop himself? And subscribe to Mr. Flip Flop channel. His channel is dropped in the link. All 260 people watching. Same body had to be me. I mean, somebody had to be me with the $2. Flip, when is your next trip?
Let me get through with this tour first, and I'm gonna make some announcements on some next stops. I'm working out some things right now. Also, Raze, back to that. With there was a news report the other day. The general said they're not going to have the trucks out anymore at night. They're not going to be doing that anymore. He said, I don't know if you saw the news report. He basically was like, it's gotten a little too much out of hand, and we don't want tourists to be nervous with guns and stuff in the street. So he mentioned that last week that it was going to stop. So
I did see that report. I did hear that report from another YouTuber. Yes, and they said that look, they're going to scale back. They're going to scale back some of the operations out there because it is an intimidation for tourists. Still, tourists want to drink and just listen to the music. And to be honest, Flip, brothers wasn't behaving badly out there, man.
no,
brothers were just the camaraderie. They were chilling. They were following the law and stuff out there. They was they were behaving. You know what I mean? From what I see,
Race 100%. You was out there, dudes was chilling. Everybody's getting along. Wasn't no drama, wasn't no issues. Everybody just chilling. I said it before in the previous video of how a lot of this had to do with the way the girls dressed, the presentation of that entrance to the strip. And this was the outcome of everything they had been talking about for years. You know what I'm saying? They just wanted to look different. They didn't want it to look the way it looked sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I can 100% agree that at times it looked fucking crazy sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You can get a perfect view standing outside sometimes of what they didn't want. You know what I'm saying? You can look right at it. It's right there in front of you. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you see somebody twerking in the middle of the street, you're like, this ain't Freaknik, you know what I'm saying? And you understand what was being told, you know what I'm saying? So to a point, I get it. I've had conversations with Dominicans, locals, expats, even some people from that group that was marching. And there was a lady who made a great statement to me. I talked about it on my channel. She said, we don't care about the nightlife. We're home in bed. What we care about is when we come and take our kids to school at 8, 9 in the morning and it's hookers everywhere. And I was like, you're 100% right, because I take my daughter to school. I take my son to school, so I understand. So that's kind of the consensus on most people. They really don't care about that strip. They just care that in the daytime when they're out and about, it doesn't look crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and I know about that. And I was saying, Flip, as I've been covering this, I'm like, look, man, look, guys, Sosua has gotten away with that for years and years and years. They let it rock. It wasn't like an open air brothel, basically, which separated Sosua from all the other places, even on that island, and places like Cartagena, Rio, Brazil. I can't say Thailand because Thailand is like that, basically. But Pattaya, but the other places we like Costa Rica, Hako Beach and stuff like that. It was 24/7 basically, with the chicks outside, Flip, and it is different. It is different now, Flip. So, let me ask you, how is your business holding up so far? Like,
good. I ain't going nowhere. Look, tell everybody pull up the flip flop. We ain't going nowhere, man. All right. I'm used to. See, here's the thing. I'm a numbers guy. July and August, July's the worst month in the whole country. Or every month. That's why a lot of people close July, August. My numbers ain't too far off from the normal slow season. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay.
when people, there's a big misconception on some of these videos I've been seeing. When people say businesses are closed, those businesses close anyway this time of year. So it's not like they close because of this. They already closed this time of year. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like people are thinking, "Oh, this business closed. This business closed." They were already closed for these month and a half or 2 months. To send to someone to just make sure I was okay. It had nothing to do with how the video got out. I'm just finding this out today. Someone on YouTube knows her boyfriend or something like that, but she was recording to send someone to people, by the business she works at. She wasn't recording to do anything detrimental to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, she started recording when the knife got pulled out.
Yeah, I wish she was. Man, well, nobody know because I guess it happened so fast. I wish she caught the first part because I know you were talking about the first part, man. I wish we had that first part to see you, going at those two guys,
Yeah, I mean, she started. Like I said, she started recording. I could tell when I saw the video. I could tell she started recording when the knife was pulled out because the knife had already been pulled out by the time she started recording.
Damn. Okay, and Vintage with the $5 donation. Flip probably was tricking. No, you know what, Flip, and thank you for that, Vintage. Now, somebody asked about the friend you was protecting. It was a female, right? A female friend. The guy was getting out of line with the female friend.
I mean, if I got to be specific, it's someone who has my child. Yes.
Got you. Okay. Oh wow, I didn't know that. See, this is breaking news. I did not know that. And thanks, Flip. He did not have to divulge that.
I mean, at the end of the day, people just thinking it's some random motherfucker. This is someone who hit me up and was talking about they was afraid. So I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna handle that.
Yeah. So that's breaking news. Flip did not have to divulge that. So guys, you know, sometimes you're gonna have to stand up for, you know, for certain people, man. You know what I mean? You know. Uh, yeah. So Flip, yeah. Like I said, you said your business is gonna survive this. Is so and
Survive COVID, bro. We'll be fine.
yeah, yeah, and that strip is looking bare. Can you tell people that's going to be going out there over this weekend and next weekend? Can
Mhm.
they contact you? They so or you know they can contact you when well you're not in Sosua right now, uh man, because
I'll be back on Saturday.
you don't want to get the secrets on how to move without that strip right now because you're not there, right? You want them to hit you up privately.
Nah, it's basic, simple. You got to use your phone right now. It's kind of underground right now. Everything's back to the phone situation. Everything's the kind. Like I said, in order to, I'm gonna be as blunt as I can, but not throwing myself under the bus.
Right.
That part of the strip by Rumba is just non-existent at this moment. But Sosua is still there. The beach is still there. Everything's still normal. It's just that part of the strip. It's just nothing's popping right there. I'm getting phone calls. I got a phone call the other day. Everything was cool the other day. Um, Rumble was fine, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not there, so I can't confirm it with my own two eyes. But people are, giving me daily updates, you know what I'm saying? Someone hit me the other day, said, hey, it's kind of light, but everything's cool. So I'm like, yeah, I get it, So, if you can still enjoy yourself, but if you're looking for the views are just not there at that block right there. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. And 99% said you handle yourself, you know what I mean? You handle your business with that.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, and so the views is not there, guys. You know, he's being honest. And you know,
Yeah, can't be. I can't lie. I can't lie. I was out there. I went to the strip, and I said, "Jesus Christ!" I even said it on my live. I was like, "Oh man, this is bad." You know what I'm saying?
oh, you know, and some people say, look, you got a business to protect, Flip, and you know, you're gonna say it's all good, it's okay, you know, just come on down. Um,
No, but Raze, I told people don't come if they're worried. I said that.
you did say it. He's saying it tonight. If you're worried about the strip,
Don't
he's telling
come.
you, don't come, you know. But you say
Wait till things are normal for you, and then you come back. But for right now, if anybody has any doubts, if anybody's worried, I said don't come. I was honest.
yeah, yeah, and you will tell people how to move around. It's it's more digital now, of course, obviously, right now. You know, you said the beach is popping, definitely, right? So,
100%.
now I'm not gonna ask you about any specific spots. Well, I'll ask you about the casino. Is that Playa Chiquita casino open right now, or is it closed?
I don't go out late no more, but I don't know about the casino Playa Chiquita. I do know the casino by me has been open every night.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what they call it now. Coral Reef, something like that.
Coral Reef, yes, Coral
That's
Reef.
been open every night. I've seen people leaving there 4 in the morning, so yeah, that's been open every night.